she was right. They got me. AI. It was really good, and it did seem like something she would say.
And any man who cranks one out while thinking about a woman like this probably hates black people, probably hates gay people. So I say, instead of simping for the Sydneys, we should be celebrating the Shaniquas.
And now, guys, one final story that I have to cover because I just find it so absurd and so hilarious. Chris Cuomo, the former CNN host and now a NewsNation host, is embroiled in a bit of an embarrassing saga at the moment because he shared a fake video of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, got called out for it, and then kinda sorta apologized. So here's the tweet exchange that happened. Originally, Chris Cuomo tweeted a clip of a link to a video of AOC talking about the Sydney Sweeney jeans campaign and claiming that it was Nazi rhetoric. And then Chris Cuomo wrote, "Nothing about Hamas or people burning Jews' cars, but Sweeney jeans ad deserved time on the floor of Congress? What happened to this party? Fight for small business, not for culture wars." Now, the problem was that this clip of AOC, which I will show you in a moment, was obviously fake and AI generated, and even was labeled as much explicitly, yet he still fell for it. So AOC responded, "This is a deep fake, dude. Please use your critical thinking skills. At this point, you're just reposting Facebook memes and calling it journalism." Now I'm going to show you the clip of Chris Cuomo sort of apologizing, sort of admitting he was wrong on NewsNation on his show. Take a listen to that.
You listening? I was wrong. I was tweeting today and saw a clip of AOC saying that Sydney Sweeney ad was racist. And so I replied to it and I said, why do you care about this and ignore what matters most? Why, in all the times that you've called on Israel to stop, why have you never told Hamas to stop, told Hamas to surrender? Why would you ignore the St. Louis attack on that Jewish guy who had his car bombed? AOC tweeted back and said, "Dude, that's a deep fake, that Sydney Sweeney ad. You suck," in so many words. And she was right. They got me. AI. It was really good, and it did seem like something she would say, but it wasn't her. So I thanked AOC for correcting me.
So, I mean, I sort of give him credit for admitting he made a mistake, but he makes some excuses, like it sounded like something she would say, or it was really good AI, that are actually laughable, like absurd, if you watch the actual AI video clip that he shared that we're going to watch now.
Sydney Sweeney looks like an Aryan goddess. And the American Eagle Jeans campaign is blatant Nazi propaganda. I mean, fuck. Watching that sultry little temptress squeeze into a Canadian tuxedo, 3 sizes too small, with her bouncy little fun bags on the screen staring at you, piercing through the core of your soul, with those ocean blue eyes that could resurrect the Führer from his grave in Argentina, is something that should alarm every American citizen. Because in America, beauty is not defined by whiteness. Oh no, it is defined by the number of victim groups of which you are a member. Skinny, attractive, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, cisgender women descend from the slave daddy oppressors of this nation. And any man who cranks one out while thinking about a woman like this probably hates black people, probably hates gay people, and they certainly hate the diversity of our great nation. So I say, instead of simping for the Sydneys, we should be celebrating the Shaniquas. Instead of worshiping the hot, straight blonde, what about the obese alphabet, people with blue hair? They need love too. And to all the haters who say companies that go woke, go broke, I'd rather be poor than a fucking Nazi.
So that AI video was kind of funny. I mean, but it's so over the top. It's so absurd that the idea that any journalist could see that. Also, you guys, if you're listening on audio podcasts, you won't see this. But if you're watching on YouTube, I'll zoom in on this. It is labeled at the top, parody 100% made with AI. So I just find it diabolical and embarrassing that any major cable news host and journalist could watch this and actually think AOC actually said that. Like, I think AOC is crazy. I think she says absolutely wild woke stuff, but not that. Like, that is way too over the top. It's obviously immediately fake. And just the absolute dearth of critical thinking skills in this country, of media literacy, even from primetime cable news hosts, is just galling, is just depressing. Like, it scares me because this AI video, to me and to I think most people under the age of 70, is immediately obvious that it's AI. But the technology is going to get much better and it's going to get really convincing. And then we're going to have a serious problem because we already have ancient journalists in the mainstream media like this unable to detect obvious fakes. What about when they're not so obvious? Like, it's on journalists. Once we have this brave new world of AI technology where videos that are fake are almost indistinguishable from reality, we're going to have to rely on journalists and insiders to verify stuff and to check stuff and help the public figure out what's real and what's fake. And yet some of those journalists can't even tell obvious AI slop. And look, I'm a fan of AI slop. Okay? The Instagram videos with the cat and the funny music, all of it. I am pro AI. I think a lot of it's creative, a lot of it's funny, but I'm really worried. Like, the fake news that people believe on either side of the spectrum, all over Facebook, all over TikTok, we've debunked so many fake stories, and they believe that without actual like video evidence of things that aren't true in most cases. When that stuff gets really good, we're really going to be in trouble if people don't develop some critical thinking and media literacy skills. Because right now they're not in the room with us. Even Chris Cuomo, host of a primetime cable news show, decades and decades of experience as a journalist, falling for AI slop like a random boomer on Facebook. I am concerned. I'm really not sure we're going to be okay. Like, the misinformation, the low information, the civic and political literacy of the public is already so bad. And I think technology is about to make it a whole lot worse. So far be it from me to defend AOC, but just like basic fact checking and journalism, it should be extended to anyone. And this was so obviously parody and satire, but somehow people fell for it still. I can't believe it, but here we are. Things are getting bleak, y'all. They're getting bleak. But what do you guys think? What did you make of this? Could you tell it's an obvious fake? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed if you aren't yet, and hit that like button while you're at it. All right, guys, that'll be it for this episode of the Barad versus Everyone podcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember to send in your voicemails for our Voicemail Friday episodes. And with that, guys, we'll talk again real soon.